Hi everybody, this is Lee from Lee and the Sweet Life and Foodie Book Club, and we're in partnership with Booze. I'm so excited, and also I'm excited that everybody's there. Is everybody watching? We're having Lizzie's here. Lizzie was doing this whole social distance. She's in my work bubble, so you know that's so cool. I'm hoping the sound is on because I forgot to. Is the sound on? Yes, it is. Right. So I'm going to take this off because she's now over there. So Lizzie's doing all the technical stuff. Hopefully the lighting is not too bad, but for some reason, because it's stormy out, we can't quite get the lighting right. One minute it's really light and the next minute it's really dark. So, you know, just put up with us. This is my kitchen. So this is what's going to happen. This is where we're going to do it. And if you're watching and you've been onto the Booze website, thank you very much. We are going to be doing 3 dishes. Not that I've set myself up for failure or anything like that, but you know, it's going to be awesome. And also, I can't see anything on there because I haven't got my glasses, Lizzie, so you're in charge of everything. So Lizzie's
You'll be just fine.
Be just fine. Right. So the first dish we're going to be doing is pomegranate ice cream, which is just, it's so easy. People get this whole scary thing happening with ice creams because a proper ice cream, you need to make it like a custard and all this sort of thing. Well, I just like to cheat because, is it cheating? I don't think it is cheating. It's just making life easy for yourself. So what we're going to do, first of all, is I'm going to bring my tray over here, because I have a tray, and it's such an easy recipe. I'm glad you can't see the rest of the kitchen, because on either side here is just full of dishes, because I was prepping a lot of stuff today, and having a go at it yesterday. So before lovely Lizzie got in, she came in the door and I said, please don't comment on my kitchen. But she didn't. She's lovely. So we've got these wonderful pomegranates. These are all supplied you'll find all of the ingredients here in your local booths. Please go ahead and, I don't know, click and collect. They do this wonderful click and collect thing. She's not in her head. I should know this. But what I was going to say was, Booths have got this fantastic campaign at the moment, which is to help the food banks. So if you buy produce, which is on the list of, they've got a huge list of produce. If you buy one and you take a second one of the same one to the till, you'll get that free, and then you can pop it into your local collection food bank there. So all the booths in the area are connected to food banks. So that's a really good thing to do. So anyway, I've got 3 of these lovely pomegranates. I'm going to show you a tip to do with this. And behind here I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bowls, okay? But Lizzie, could you pass me that bowl, please? Yes, that one. Okay. And there's very, very little preparation you need to be doing with this. So I've got pomegranates, I've got a lime, and I have got icing sugar. That's all you need for this. Oh, no. It's not right. I need cream, which I haven't got from the fridge. Hold on. That's me. I thought I was organised. Anyway, so again, we've got this Jersey cream. This is double cream. You don't need whipping or anything like that. You don't need whipping cream. This is gorgeously thick. Is it just me, or does when everybody opens cream, do you just want to lick it, lick the lid? So I'm putting 2 pots of the double cream in. You could use whipping cream if you wanted to, but why? This is richer and thicker, and it's gorgeous. I have got a little bowl here with all my rubbish sugar in there. I did make this the first time with plant-based cream, and it worked really, really well. So that would make it vegan, which is good. So this at the moment is just vegetarian. And if there's any of my family and friends out there watching, hello. I am going to tell lots of people about Foodie Book Club, because really that's one of the things I want to be shouting about. But I shall carry on doing that in just a second. Get that there because I'm very messy. Okay, here's a great tip for pomegranates. Now I need the juice out of these. Now there's a couple of ways I can do that. The first way is to chop knife, is to cut it, and then to use a squeezer. Is it a squeezer?
Juicer?
Juicer! Oh, do you know, my brain is just... Make sure you do that over a small sieve. And if you haven't got a sieve, use a tea strainer. Lots and lots of you know, just don't get any pips in there. Oh, I love that noise. Oh, is everybody feeling safe with all the COVID restrictions and feeling safe and happy? Nobody's happy with the lockdown, but we've got to do what we've got to do. So I hope everybody's well. And if you're not, I send my love, and I know Lizzie does as well. She's nodding her head. I'm going to have her in the scene soon. She's standing over there doing all the technical stuff, asking the questions, and making sure it's all done quick. Well, so this is the easy. This is my easy one. This is so. This makes me feel. This is awesome. I really like doing this. I don't know why. I've got a new puppy, right, called Ellie, and she's with her pup sitter. Well, actually, she's not. She's with one of the kids. And for some reason, she stresses me out. Why? I don't know. So when I'm doing this, it's like stress relief. So just push hard until you can hear all of the pits breaking up. And this is the bit is the easy bit. Just make sure you need a slit in it, but don't point it towards anybody. Point it down, because instantly the juice starts to come out. See that? It's fabulous. Like, oh.
You weren't lying when you said you're messy.
I'm so messy. I cannot be the only one messy in the kitchen. And then just keep squeezing and squeezing, and then all of the juice should come out. Oh. On the Instagram that I have, I put on a Tuesday tip, which is a kitchen hack or a cooking hack or something like that. And that's Lean the Sweet Life, Instagram. If you've got any kitchen hacks, cooking hacks, or anything, let us know, email us, and I'd love to share them, because I'm actually running out of them, quite frankly. Okay, so can you see all that juice coming out? That's awesome. When I was a kid, Lizzie, you're way too young to remember this. I say that to you all the time. You're way too young. When I was a kid, this was like a huge treat. And if my sisters are watching, hello, they will back me up on this. It was a huge treat. And we'd sit in front of the fire, watching wrestling. But not the wrestling like now. The wrestling where there was Big Daddy and all. Wait, no, she's going wrong. Not WWF and things like that. And this is one of the things we would be eating. So that's 1, 2 done. I'm going to do another one because I want some more juice. Now, it obviously depends. I know the recipe says 2 large pomegranates, but it depends how much juice you get out. Most of my recipes are flexible recipes, and you've got to sort of taste things and eye things. You can follow the recipes to the letter, and they will work perfectly well and be absolutely gorgeous. However, if you want more pomegranate flavour in there, then put another pomegranate in. And also, I've got these from Booze, and they're so gorgeous. I don't want to waste them. Look at that juice. That's just crazy, isn't it?
It's making me believe.
Too late. You should have gone before you came. It's really interesting doing the social distancing because we're in a work model, and there's a whole thing about no hugs. I'm a bit of a hugger, right? And no touching, and I sort of disinfected the screens and things like that. So she's standing at this distance. Was normally she'd be sitting down in here. Okay, so that's all I'm going to be doing right now. So put that into my bowl. So I've got cream, and in there now I've got pomegranate juice. It's gorgeous looking, very pretty. And then I'm going to put some icing sugar in this. And I think what did I put on there? I put 175 grams of icing sugar. I'm just going to eyeball it, and actually I'm going to put 4 tablespoons in. 175 grams is the minimum of icing sugar, but I don't like mine very tart. And as I'm going to put some lime in it as well, is that 3, 4? Then I'm going to put a little bit more extra icing sugar in. I'm also going to give this a little roll here, just to get the juice, and do the same with the lime here. I don't need to wash this, do I? No. It is fruit, isn't it? The thing is about cooking, I'm not a chef. I'm a cook, and I was brought up to cook, and I have had lots of experience working in lots of different ways of cooking. And part of being a cook is to just, it's what you like to eat. So any recipe, I think, is just a starter. It's just a starting board for whatever you like to cook. So you'd obviously put your own salt and pepper in there, you know, to taste. You put as much icing sugar in to taste. And having said that, I'm going to ask Lizzie just to taste this one. There's some spoon, Lizzie. Do you want to just come and have a little taste before we just dip a spoon? Oh, this is awful, isn't it?
It's really awkward. I can't wear my mask to try it.
I know.
Oh wow. Oh, that's amazing.
Is it horrible? Right. So I'm gonna move over here, and actually Lizzie's gonna move the mixer for me, because we had this whole thing about whether we should have a mixer here, over there. Just put it there. It's a bit heavy. This is my baby, this KitchenAid. I am a bit of a KitchenAid lover, as my kids will attest to. I have given them both for Christmas, which I had to save up for them. So I'm just going to put that on, and I'm going to whip that until it gets just before soft peak. There you go. I'm doing it backwards, normally it's the other way. So let me just, while that's whipping, I'm just going to wash my hands, guys. So I'm hoping you can still hear me over this. Yeah? This is saying yes. So while that's whipping, I'm going to get on to the next thing, which is going to be the sweet potato latkes. So I'm going to move things away, give this a good old wiping down. Use the pomegranate juice. It is a bit like beetroot.
It stains everything.
It is. It stains everything. So, could I have the tray, please? That one? Yes. We've got trays all over the place. Thank you so much. When I wrote this down, Lizzie's just asked me why I called it latkes. Do you know what? I've no idea, because it could be called. No, I'm going to change it. It's going to be called Rosties or anything like that. I think everybody has got a different name for certain things. I just like the word latkes. This is my knife that this is grown up. Yeah, it's my posh knife. Okay, so here we go. This one's really easy. Using purple sweet potato. A couple of reasons for this. One, it's blooming nice. Secondly, it's Booze have now got these in, and when they asked me to make a recipe with this, I just couldn't say no. And also, I like this more than ordinary potatoes. But if you don't want to use purple sweet potato, you can use ordinary sweet potato, you can use parsnip, you can use potato, you can use carrot, anything that's starchy, which this is. And I just want you to see inside how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous?
It's beautiful.
Okay. And I haven't peeled this. I have just scrubbed it. I scrubbed them this morning. So the skin is still on, but I have taken off all the little hairy bits. There's lots of hairs on it. I don't know what it is, but it is so nice. And I have already started to. Can you put that back a little bit? Just the push it back. Yeah. I have already started to grate these because it's like watching paint dry, isn't it? It really is, though. I'm also watching that. So, as you can see here, once the air hits the grated potato, see if I can get that close to you, you see, it sort of, it oxidizes and it goes a dull colour. But that's all right. So, I'm not going to do those anymore. I'm going to concentrate on this. So in here is an eye-wateringly 8 lots of shallots.
My
here.
eyes are stinging.
Yeah, it is. 8 lots of shallots. So I'm just going to add the last one. Just to show you that I am putting shallots in there. And I grated these, so we've got the apples, and we've got 8 shallots, or 7. This will be 8. I always want to make that joke. That shallot. Oh, I can't help it. I can't help it. It's like a joke from a cracker or something, isn't it? The reason I did these earlier is because when you're grating these, the apples and the shallots, you want the mixture as a whole to be as dry as possible. And I let these just like sit in the colander for a while, and I've also given them a good old squeeze in my hands. Let some of the liquid out, but I just wanted to show you that what's in there is true. These are Potter's apples. These are gorgeous.
Yeah, they are. My favourite apples.
Oh, God. So again, skins on with the apples. I did wash them earlier on. And these are all in the juice. I mean, you can make this tonight if you haven't made it already. What is nice about these 3 dishes, 2 of them will go together, or, and if you have time, the latkes, I'm going to poach some eggs to have on the top of them. So you can have both of them together.
I've got a question for you.
No.
Can you grate the ingredients in a food processor?
Yes. And if I had the whole thing set up, I would be doing that right now. Thank you. Who sent that in? Thank you.
Pamela Wright.
Hello, Pamela. Oh, God, yes. Yes, absolutely, yes. And do you know what? This morning, grating those potatoes, oh, it was a pain in the neck. Anyway, so that's that. So I'm going to squeeze them. What's the stuff I've just grated? Can you see how much liquid is coming out of there?
These are such nice juicy apples.
It is. They're fabulous, and the shallots are fabulous. If you don't want to use shallots, if you open your cupboard, right, or your pantry, or your fridge, and you don't have a shallot and you have onions, use that. If you have a leek, use that. Please go out and buy these things because they're awesome if you're going to buy from scratch. But the whole thing about cooking from scratch good food is use what you have, because don't even let me get started about waste. Oh, it's such a bugbear for me. I can't bear it. It drives me up the wall. I'm still watching that. I'm just waiting for that to go not peaked. And I don't want to move it too quickly because I want it to be smooth and incorporate all that icing sugar. Gosh, you know what? It's a mess. So anyway, that's just from that apple that we've just done. Let me just go and wash this. Just rinse my hands again. Okay, so this is where it gets fun. Hello. Just taking pictures. There you go. That's my doorbell. We'll just leave that. You can tell this is live, can't you? I did think about putting something on the door. Please leave anything, around the back because we're filming, and I didn't think anybody would believe me. Our person would just go, what? So then we have the potatoes, the onions, the shallots, and the apple in there, which is awesome. And then we're going to weigh out some of this polenta. And I'm hoping there's going to be a question about polenta.
Not yet. However, Tracy Garvey has said she thinks she would add a little grated beetroot to it.
Yes. Oh, more. Big on more of these. That would be awesome because it's still really earthy. Nice. Okay, so how much of these do I need? I need to have 200 grams. Now, I use polenta because, a couple of reasons, it's underrated, I think. It's ground corn, so it's gluten-free, and Lizzie is gluten. She can't eat gluten. So that was, one of them.
Fine.
No, you're very welcome. However, and also you can use, once you buy a pack of polenta, seriously, you will be wanting to use this all the time because you can make it into something. You can make polenta chips.
They're really good.
Gorgeous. And you can do those in the oven. It's not like you have to deep fry these things. Anything. This with some grated Parmesan, and then you just cook. Oh, we should do that again, shouldn't we? Do a whole dish on polenta and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm just adding that. Okay, and I'm going to give that a nice mix. That's too small, but we'll use it anyway.
What does the polenta do?
The polenta will bind it. So it's just going to, once I add the eggs, and by the time I start to cook it, the polenta is going to soak up the eggs and to sort of like stick it together. But like I said, if you don't want to use polenta, use, if you have extra flavour in this actually, I have made these with stuffing mix.
Ooh.
I know, because it's add flavour at any point. So I've made these with different sweet potato and used stuffing mix because that's what I had in my pantry. And as long as it's sort of like a base of bready base or something similar, you know, matzo, can't say that, apologies, biscuits, they're good. Yeah, so
Use that for breadcrumbs as well.
Breadcrumbs,
I
yeah.
think if you've got stale ends of bread or
Oh,
something.
yeah. I mean, please don't throw your bread. If you've got a crust of bread, don't throw it away. Just shove it in the freezer, collect them all, and then use them for something else once they're all collected. It's just great. Okay, so that, see how dry that is? Okay. So, if anybody is out there and they want me to, if there's something specific they want to use in a recipe, then let Booth know. There's something in Booth's supermarkets that you think, oh, I'd like some, you know, see how that's using, how to use that. Right, I'm just going to put the strap there because I was thinking ice cream. So
That's why you're doing that. I like Tracy's ideas. She said she adds beetroot to slaw and she makes a BBC cake, which is banana, beetroot and carrot. She loves beetroot, but it makes the kitchen look like CSI.
oh, thank you, darling. I love you already, I tell you. And beetroot is just gorgeous. Have you tried beetroot ice cream? It's
Yes,
yeah,
so nice.
give that a go. Beetroot again is an underrated thing. I think people are scared when they see the real beets in the supermarket with the leaves.
With the tops on.
Yeah. Also, don't throw the tops away. God, that's a vegetable. Don't throw it away. Anyway, so that's what it looks like. So it's not really peaky. I was just going to lick that. I was. Right. So let's move this over here, and I'll come back to that. I don't need that, do I? I'm going to do it the posh way. Lizzie, could you go into the bottom freezer, please, and get the ice cream thing out? Move that drawer. No, move the drawer. No, move that. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay.
Such a fancy freezer.
I know.
I don't know how to use it.
Over here. So, putting that here. Can you move that away from me? Thank you. Oh, I like this. It's like an assistant. She's going to hate me for that now.
No.
She is. She's
You're going to feed me, isn't it?
That's true. I am going to feed you. Okay, so this is going to be put into this ice cream maker, but not just yet because you need the top on it. Because if you've got an ice cream maker and you put it straight in there, it's just going to freeze up really hard, and then you won't have any ice cream. You have one big thick layer of ice, basically. And I'm going to put that. Can you unplug that one? This is what happens when you're in a home kitchen. You're not really set up for, you know, display. So I'm going to switch this on, and then I'm just going to put that into there. Now I know everybody doesn't have one of these, and that's fine, and I shall tell you how to do it otherwise. But if you've got one of these, they are so inexpensive. And I think I got mine from the middle aisle of a certain shop. I'm just always saying that. Middle aisle of a certain shop. That's where I got mine. I have made some ice cream. I did make some ice cream yesterday because it has to freeze once it's been churned. It has to freeze for at least 4 hours or overnight. And because you're whipping it beforehand, you could put it in the machine without being whipped to just liquid form, but it won't be as smooth. So, but if you don't have an ice cream machine, just put this mixture into a container, which is what I was just going to do then. I thought, oh no, I've already put that in the freezer. You see the mess I'm making? Oh, you know what?
I've got a great comment from Pamela in that polenta makes a good replacement for lasagna.
See? You see, they're the things I need. Okay, could you pop that over there, my love, please? So we're just going to let that go, and we'll hear that in a second. Tip with your ice cream maker, don't make it all to the top. Don't put it all to the top because it sort of gets bigger. So it will expand, and I probably put too much in there, but
It's very full.
Is it? Oh, well, you'll take some out now, won't you? So we can
Easy.
yeah, eat it. I just switch it off and open the lid. Yeah, give it a twist, open the lid and use that thing. So she's gonna just take some off there. Because I just got, if you can't, don't worry.
I'll just leave it switched off.
Yeah, just leave it switched off because I've got some in the freezer, so that's fine. So normally you just let that go. I won't tell you what she's doing. She's licking the bowl. Seriously, she's licking the bowl. Do you want to just have a show? She's licking the bowl. That's the purpose of the job, though. So yeah, just let that run in your ice cream maker until it's done, and then transfer it to an airtight container for your freezer, and let that set up for 4 hours, just overnight. If you haven't got an ice cream maker, that's fine. Just once the mixture's mixed in the mixer, then just transfer it to the airtight container, and then pop that in the fridge overnight. Easy. So we've got plenty in here. We're going to go back to these now. Salt and pepper. The only downside with the sweet potato is you need to add a lot of flavour. It tastes gorgeous as it is. I mean, I like mine roasted or mashed or anything like that. But you need to, for this purpose, you need to add a lot. I'm just laughing at this. She's just got the spoon in that.
Sorry.
I love it.
So Tracy Garvey has just asked if the recipes will be on the Booze Facebook page. But obviously we know they're in the event. But I'm sure they'll put them on the page afterwards.
Yeah, and if you go to leeandthesweetlife.com, I'll have them up on Monday. Or if you want them now, what I'll do is, if you want them this afternoon, send me an email. It's leeandthesweetlife, or one word, @gmail.com, and I'll email you back with them. I'll send them to you straight away. Yeah, so they are going to be up there.
It's very fancy.
Am I? Well, do you know why I got one of these? It's a gift. Do you mind? Because I can't twist the twister anymore. Oh, did you just hear her? She's just, bless.
And Mr. G is watching.
Oh, that's my husband. What did he say?
He's just watching with us.
Yeah. I'm going to say, Mr. G is not very well, so he's not here. Hello, darling. Can you see me? Because it's gone dark again. That does seem like an awful lot of pepper and an awful lot of salt, but there's an awful lot of mixture there. This is going to make a lot. You'll see the size I'm going to make in a little while. He's made me nervous now. Oh, bless him. Is he wanking? Don't bite. I need a little bowl, which is over here. Mr. G, I need a bigger kitchen. Just saying. And then I'm going to put the eggs in.
Mr. G says it looks quite dark, but it sounds great.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry guys, like I said, we've got all these lights everywhere, but for some reason the light is just getting light and dark, so it's difficult to get the light right in here. Trust me, I'm not sure quite what we can do with that. Thank you, Mr. G. So I'm just going to pop these eggs in here and I'm going to fork it. Oh, that's four. I'm laughing because I wrote a fork it on a recipe, and Lizzie contacted me and went, "What on earth's that?" And I think I just made it up, but it's just this because I don't want it whisked. I just want it sort of like loosened up, and I couldn't think of anything else to call it, so I fork it. I know somebody's going to tell me. Please tell me there's a technical term. There will be.
It'd just be a light mix, I guess.
Light mix. I just felt like too long for what it is. Just use light mix. Right, anyway, this light mix of egg is just going to go into there. And then I'm just going to mix that all together. And once this is all mixed, I will let it sit for just a few minutes while I get the pan ready. Yeah? You're going to try the lights on? Is that Mr. G writing?
No.
Oh, I thought my husband. I thought he was writing, going, "Turn the lights on." It doesn't make that much difference.
I don't think it does.
Yeah. If it makes any difference, please let us know. Not a good old mix. It takes quite a while to mix, actually. And again, it's one of those things that if you feel like it's not enough, there aren't enough eggs and moisture in it at this stage, because it depends on how big your sweet potatoes are. Depends on you know, how juicy your apples are. And I'll show you at which stage it should be at. What I would like to do actually is add something to this. So it's not on the recipe, but I want to add some paprika to it. Yeah, I just do. So, oh my god, I'm going off script. Yeah, because paprika is really nice and anything, not the smoked one.
I think that'd be overpowering, wouldn't it? With the...
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the smoked, but I am a fan of, as you can see from this giant thing here, paprika. Yeah, it is. It's got a lot of stuff. Right. Okay, so let me show you the consistency. So it's still moist. Can you see that, guys? But it comes together. All right. So I'm just going to sit that over there because now I want to show you about the you know, I used to like her. Okay. I'm just passing all of these things just over there, and the polenta over there as well, and all that sort of thing. Thank you very much. Okay, so in this little jug here, I have got some butter, which was melted. I'm going to melt it now in the microwave. I need a different kitchen, Mr. G. Yes. So, and I'm also going to add some olive oil or vegetable oil, whichever you prefer. The reason I'm doing that is because butter is for flavour for me, and it's got light, and oil is for cooking, so the temperatures and all that sort of thing. And I sort of say 100 grams of butter to 4 tablespoons of oil. But again, it's up to you. Okay. So if you don't want to put butter in it at all, that's fine. If you want to put something healthy like rapeseed oil, that's fine as well. But I just like the idea of having some more flavour in there. Because flavour at every stage, that's what I'm saying. Oh. Do you know what? Melted butter, doesn't it just smell nice?
It does smell amazing. This is a booze butter as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's salted. Have I got the booze butter? It's there. Booze butter, okay, salted. Now, people are going to say, why salted? It's just my preference. I bake with salted butter as well. And people say, oh, you know, and when I had when I was making these cakes and everything, always salted butter. It's just the way I like to bake and cook. I don't really like to put too much salt in stuff. Having said that, I've just put a ton of salt in that
I was just going to say.
So ignore me. I lie, you know. So what can I say? So let's get some of these. I'm going to switch this onto. I'll do that one. We had this whole debate earlier on. I have to tell you, we had this huge debate. Which one should I cook on? And we decided that it didn't really matter. So I'm going to put just 2 tablespoons of that in there for now, and let that heat up. And then this is what I meant about the size and how many you're going to get out of it and things like that. So I'm going to use one of these because it makes life a little bit easier. It's just a slot of spoon. A couple of reasons. One, the liquid will come out, which is good. Secondly, it helps me size things up. So I'm sort of trying to keep everything this similar sort of size. Might not work. Don't worry about it. It's just food. It's just what you laughing at.
Mr. G wants to know when he can eat some.
I see. Just because it's not here, just because you're not here, darling. Right. So I'm letting the butter/oil mix up, and people are going to say you didn't put oil in that, but I actually did earlier on. But the butter just set again. So I'm using this. Can you see this yet? Oh, should I do that side? Okay. So anyway, I'm just putting it onto there and just making it into sort of a fairly flat thing. Okay. I'll bring it over. Can you see? I don't want it too thick because it will take too long to cook. Now this is nice and bubbly. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. So I've switched it down, and then very gently I'm going to move that onto there. Okay, I'm going to do that again. Now there are other things, ways to do this. You can get your hands in there if you want to. I've done it lots of ways and many times. Especially if you use butter, beetroot, you're going to be messy. So I'm just going to put 3 or 4 in there. Don't put too many in the pan, because then you'll end up boiling them rather than frying them. I'm just going to put 4 in there. I'll come back to that one in a moment. It's a bit like pancakes. Did you make your first pancake?
Oh,
Rubbish.
the first one's always a terrible one, isn't it?
Yeah. That's how I'm leaving it. So I'm going to put 4 in there. Okay, and then I'm just going to move this away for a moment. Thank you. Actually, I need that. And I need one of those.
That is a big palette knife.
I know, well, cake making, yeah. And all I'm doing is literally just sort of like bring them together into a square, circle, whatever, just so they're not too spread out, so the edges don't get too spread out. And this is the bit where you're going to want to get too handsy. Don't. Just leave them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get too handsy. Also, remember which one you put in the pan first and which one you put in the pan last. Okay? And yes, someone out there is going to go, can you cook them in the oven? Yes, you can. They won't be as, in my opinion, as tasty, because obviously I've added the butter and that thing. So, there you go. Try and keep them as together as possible. So, I work on the basis of the clock. I don't know what you do, but if I put anything in, like scallops or anything like that, I always start at 12 o'clock, yeah? So, first, second, third, fourth. So, I know that was when it got in first, got in last. Also, don't tell my husband who's watching, but this isn't that straight. So sometimes I need to do that, okay? Putting all the stickers now. And I am just going to put a little bit more of this liquid in here. Can you hear that sizzle? While that's ready, getting cooking, I'm going to put the oven on to warm up. When was the last time you had your oven cleaned?
We've recently had a new oven.
Oh, shush.
So, yeah.
Really? That's not right. Yeah. I try to keep my oven fairly clean. In my head I do, but I know I don't really. I give it a clean, but I do need somebody to come in and just give it a good old, you know. But actually, we've got a problem with the oven. I'm only saying this because I know he's on the other watching this. We need a new oven. And I'm fine having one like this, but Mr. G wants the big one like that, which will take up my cupboard space, because even though Lizzie hasn't looked at my cupboards, there's full of, I'm a bit of a kitchenalia gal. I buy, especially because I do photo shoots for food like you do, so that buy anything, like charity shops, so I buy stuff, so I need more cupboard space. So you can keep these warm while you're cooking other things, which is what I'm going to do. How are we for time, Lizzie?
We've got about 25 minutes.
Oh dear, okay. So I'm just going to flip one of them over. Oh, she says. There we go. Come on. Oh gosh, look at that. Look at the colour on those.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Oh, can anybody see that? Might be too dark. That's why you don't want to move them too much, okay? And I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm only going to make 4 of these because, you know. So I'm going to ask you to take that over there. Thank you. I'm going to transfer them to the oven and then get on with the chicken, which is to die for. So I need my chicken tray, please. God, I felt so organised this morning when I set all this up, and now I'm thinking, why haven't I got that at the fridge? Why haven't I done that? And this is probably the most complicated one, and actually it's so simple. But it probably uses more ingredients than anything else. Let's see now. Yep, okay. Switch that off and transfer this to this tray. Look how, oh,
They smell incredible.
good, aren't they? I think it's the paprika. Oh, ignore that. And this one.
That's your one.
Yeah, don't waste any of these bits either, guys, because they are to die for. That's going to go in the oven. I'm going to switch the oven right down now. This should be heated up. So I'm going to put it down to just 120 and then go on with this. So I'm going to be using chicken now, which means I am going to be all healthy and change board. So this is my thingy board. Right, so we have got chicken thighs. I'm not just the only chicken thigh person.
No, I almost always put the chicken breast.
What is it about chicken? Hands up who likes chicken breasts. Yeah, everybody probably does, except for me and you.
I'll have chicken breast in things like a salad, but for anything I'm cooking, I'll use thighs.
Yeah, I think if I'm going out, and as you know, I do like a bit of a salad. Then I will have, obviously, because I use chicken breasts. But if I'm ever cooking by myself, for Mr. G, it's always chicken thighs because bone on or bone off. For me, they just have more flavour. They dry out less than the chicken breasts. I'm not cutting these up into any particular size. It's entirely up to you. You can keep them into strips if you want to. I'm just cutting them up into sort of little bite-sized pieces. I think I've said about 700 grams of chicken breasts. Again, chicken thighs. These are everything I'm using today is from Booze, so you can just get it. And also, can I just mention Foodie Book Club? Foodie Book Club. It is a fabulous thing to join. If you like to cook, and if you like to read, and if you like to connect with people, and if you like discounts, and if you like to support the food industry and independent businesses, this is the thing for you. It's free to join. It's all on the website, leeinthesweetlife.com. I don't know how many groups we've got going, but there's quite a lot, and we've got lovely booths are behind us. You'll find out what it's all about there, and we've got lots of filmings going on, and it sort of happened by accident, and it's sort of grown. I'm gonna put these in. And we'll have pictures. I'm just gonna wash my hands as well. We'll have pictures of all this food to you. Can you put it on Booze? It'll be on our website, but
Yes, we can.
yeah,
Bruce will sort that.
yeah, because I'm not sure we'll have time to actually put the pictures on it. So, same pan. I'm gonna just put a little bit of that in there because why not? And then I need to transfer this to a bowl.
But is there a specific kind of pan that you'd recommend for this kind of dish? Obviously, you're going to coat it in things, aren't you? So.
Yeah, I'm just going to coat it in corn flour. That's what I'm going to coat it in. A shallow bottom because we need to reduce the sauce very quickly in order for it to get really sticky. Okay, so shallow is the way to go.
Okay. And then like what, heavy bottoms or non-stick?
No, don't go crazy. Open your cupboard and see what's there. You know, it's I don't think you need to spend that much on saucepans nowadays. There are lots of places that you can go. What do you just say 4? Yeah. There are lots of places that you can go to buy reasonably priced but really good saucepans now. So you just if they stop getting non-stick, then just you move on.
I'm in that position at the moment with my favourite frying pan.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't
Sometimes.
it? I know. So, I can hear you in the room.
Could you add fresh herbs if it was spring,
Yes.
Mr. G?
Oh, do you know why he said that?
He built you a herb.
He's built me 2 herb planters, yes. Oh, you little cheeky man. Okay, I'm going to pop that into the frying pan. Middle heat, okay, and we're going to let that brown on both sides. This is so quick to make, unbelievable. I'm going to put all of that in because, let's just finish it off, because I've got a lot of chicken in there. while that's happening, I'm going to use 2 little bowls here. Bowl in a jug, actually. Let's see now. We have got. Oh, I got this lovely thing from Booths. Hi Gemma. Hi Lauren. When they sent me all the ingredients, so they really are from Booths. They're not something I've just got off and bought. Oh, they really are from Booths. So they sent me them in these fabulous, huge, big cold storage things. So I would like to have. I'm just trying to work out much of this I need. My brain's got 5 tablespoons of white vinegar. Ish. Okay. If you haven't got white vinegar, use a different vinegar. White wine vinegar is really good with it. Cider vinegar is really good with it. That's all fabulous. And then we've got how many teaspoons? So 3 tablespoons of caster sugar. Okay.
A noise.
I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'm just ignoring that right now, that chicken, because I want it to cook. Salt and pepper.
You're very particular about your salt, aren't you?
I am particular about my salt. I like to use salt as a flavouring rather than just something to make it bitter. If I was boiling potatoes, I'd use table salt because you want salty water. But if I'm using it in cooking, I'm very keen on Maldon salt because it adds flavour rather than bitterness. Table salt is very bitter. Do me a favour, can you just mix that until that sugar is dissolved, please? Just going to check this.
Oh, it smells so good.
Is what?
It reminds me of making chutney, like the smell.
Oh, right, yes.
I'd recommend doing this with a plastic spoon and not a metal in your enamel there.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't think about it. Have you guys got these bottles in the kitchen open out with a special top that makes it dribble out?
No, not that fancy.
Oh, John, you crazy! Look, it's like tiny little amount. No, I always take the top off. Okay. So then I need some orange juice and zest. I'm going to just use the other side of this grater here, which is, so.
It won't hurt if you have a little bit of apple in there anyway, will it?
Well, in real life, this is how I cook.
You mentioned Mr. G was ill.
Yes.
Not from cooking.
Yeah, not from cooking, no, bless him. So Mr. G will be watching on his phone now. What are you watching on, guys? Are you watching on your phone? Are you watching on a laptop or what? I think I got some of that in the pot. Okay. I'm using the same knife I used the pomegranate, the other ones in the oven. What is it? In the sink. Thank you. So let that turn over. And because the corn flour is on there, it's sort of coated it so it helps it to brown. But it makes something grainy, but it's not grainy. It's gives it some more texture. Okay. So juices of these oranges, which are awesome, straight into there.
And why are they called navel oranges?
Did you just? Is that your question?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, good. You know what? She's sitting, isn't she? Because they're a crossbreed of 2 oranges. One I've never heard of, and the other one I can't remember.
Mandarin.
Yeah, Mandarin. Right. And for some reason, and they look like navels. Mm-hmm. And Lizzie's asking me that because that was the question I had for her earlier, and neither of us could remember. I'll figure it out. So, yeah. The more orange taste you want, more orange you put in. Ah. Would you squeeze these while I have a look at the chicken, please? Can you squeeze that? Those in there.
Conscious of maintaining my distance.
Yes. Distance.
There's no seeds. Sorry? No, they have seeds.
Oh! Who knew? I didn't know. Okay. Seriously. It's your nails.
No, this is the time when you find out you've got a cut.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's horrible, isn't it?
These oranges smell amazing.
So fresh. So fresh. So that will come out in just a second. I'm just going to give that another minute. And then I'm going to have that off to you, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you. That's a lot of juice. Look how much juice is in there. Can you see that, guys? Fish on just in front of you. Ah. And I've got 3 tablespoons of Worcester sauce. Because this is quite rich. Sweet is rich, but not. I know there's spaghetti put a bit more in there, but I don't want it too sweet. Okay. So that chicken is nice and brown, and we're going to put that in there just for a moment. Oh my god. Let's put those over there. That's for the dog. Now, this mixture here with the vinegar and the sugar and the salt and pepper. So I'm going to turn this. It's quite hot anyway, and this is going to take hardly any time. So we're going to pour it in, and then we're going to let it reduce very quickly. Can you see it bubbles so quickly anyway?
This is going to end up quite syrupy, isn't it?
It is. It's going to be really syrupy. And then the Worcestershire sauce and the orange put together. You can see that just bubbling. And we're just trying to reduce that. There's hardly any cooking with this, so you can do it really quickly.
Sounds so lovely.
I'm going to transfer that to a big one here because I'm really conscious of the time now. Does everything switch off if we get? Does it all just go? Okay, just checking. Sorry, Gemma. Sorry, Linda. I can't help it. I do 3 dishes though, so I mean, we have our chefs doing the lockdown lunches, and they do 1 dish in 30 minutes. So, but then I do talk to them a lot. So that's just bubbling away. It's reduced a bit. I'm going to put the orange juice mix in there, bring it up to the boil, and then this goes back in. The chicken goes back in. Give that a mix around.
The smell is absolutely
good,
fantastic. It's like quite a Chinesey sort of.
Yeah, it is. And I've got some spring onions and some sesame seeds. I'm going to pass that over to you, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you kindly. I'm going to use the same knife I use for the fruit, for the spring onions. Just give it a chop, just for display. And also it just adds a bit more crunch to it. I'm going to get the latkes out the... Have you got time to make a poached egg?
You've got about 9 minutes.
Oh, 9 minutes is plenty time. This is for Mr. G. And I know you like your eggs over.
Solid.
Yeah. So I'm going to actually make them like that for Lizzie because she's going to be eating these. So this is in the microwave. Can I have 2 eggs, please?
Yes.
Will you break them into there for me? Thank you. Is anybody still out there? Or are we talking to
No,
nobody?
you've got people. In fact, Mr. G is watching with his doctor.
No. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, I I was going to bring some to you, Mr. G, but you said you like the hospital food, so probably won't.
I'm going to leave any.
Right, are they? So this is a really good contraption. Again, I got this from that shop.
I've got one of those.
Yeah. So this is going to go in the microwave. I'm going to put it in for 30 seconds. And instead I'm going to overcook it because Lizzie likes hers pretty hard.
It's just something about runny yolk.
Yeah. Can you see this is just reducing already now? It doesn't take that long.
So is this the kind of dish that you could make in advance and reheat, or would it?
Well, be careful with the chicken, obviously.
Oh yes.
But the latkes, you can freeze them at any point. I'll make them in advance, put them in the fridge to, keep in a container, and then take them out and reheat them in the oven. So it's good. We just take that lid off. I don't know about you, but it has a tendency to become airtight.
Oh, I don't know. So you do yours differently to me.
Oh.
I do them with water.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to do it with water.
I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. But one thing I really can't do, and I can cook quite a lot of things, I cannot fry an egg.
Oh, yeah.
Because, obviously, because I don't really have them like that very often, or I just incinerate them.
Yeah.
And it's the one thing that Josh loves. It's a fried egg sandwich. She'll never get from me.
Check this out. This actually might be ready in time. Who knows?
It looks amazing.
Do you want to get the ice cream out of the freezer, please?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about the ice cream. Yeah.
Nearly got Ellie's Kong out.
Yeah, dogs. Where did I put that thing? Okay. Oh, there it is. Good.
Oh, that looks incredible. Yeah. This is the Linda Bloomfield crockery as well.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Hey, Linda. I'm only going to put 2 on there. That's now. Put that over there. Oh my god.
It smells so good.
Doesn't it? It smells crazy good.
It's got quite a sweet and sour sort of.
And because it reduces, it becomes really intense, but the Worcester sauce really stops that sweetness from being plaggy.
Yes.
You know what plaggy is, don't you?
Yeah.
Plaggy. Okay, so we've got some of this, because, yes.
So it's becoming more and more Chinese now.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional. I'll say I was given the recipes, the ingredients, and that was asked to make, very kindly to make some dish, and that's what I came up with. Right, let's see if we can get these poached eggs on there. This is Mr. G's favourite poached eggs, which is why I bought him this little thing.
You bought him it, but you use it.
Yeah. So just go around the side. Come on. They might be undercooked for you.
I was going to say it looks a little bit.
I think I might have to eat them.
It's fine.
Okay. And let's have some ice cream. Yes. And if you go in, thank you. If you go into the, keep going where the glass cupboard is. Yeah, pick out something. Oh. That's awesome. Okay, so here's the ice cream I made earlier. Because I didn't have a clean plastic container, I used some foil. So I'm just going to scoop that out.
That looks amazing. Look at the colour on that. No job in an ice cream parlour for you.
Oh my god, you know what. Anyway, so that's that. Let's see if we can take a nice, you can see all those things. Can you see those things on there?
The light is the issue.
Yeah. Let's see, we've got fabulous ice cream. The sweet potato latke with the Cox's apple and some eggs. And then that. And that's it. Look at that. You see one screen. Please, please, please. Is that just on time?
Yes.
Oh my God! Gemma, be proud. So go to my website, leansweetlife.com. You'll see lots of recipes, and please click on the Foodie Book Club, and please join, and you'll see all the benefits from there. So it's free to join, free to set up your club. All you have to do is tell us that you've got a club, and that's on there. Use these ingredients. Go to booths. They're all there. The recipe is going to be on there. Have I missed anything else out about fabulous booths? Oh, and the food bank.
Yeah.
Food bank initiative. It is really worthwhile, especially now when lockdown, furloughs. We're coming up to Christmas. It'd be great if people actually help with that. Just think of the people out there who aren't as lucky as we are. So thank you, and come back again. What do I do now? Bye.